What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. This is going to be one of those rambling videos. I don't expect it to get a lot of views or anything, but that's not really what my channel is all about anyway. So let me just talk about how I feel regarding the latest developments with the so-called restrictions and mandates and requirements and everything. This is some fucking like unheard of shit, man. And I think the most disappointing thing about all of this is just how easily we as a people give this shit up. Now, some of you might know that I was born and raised in New York. You know what I mean? I was born in Manhattan at Mount Sinai Hospital. I was raised in Brooklyn and Queens, worked and hung out in Long Island. You know what I mean? I'm just like the total experience. And it's something I've always been proud of, and I have never in my life, ever in my life, said or felt ashamed of New York, or to be from New York. And here I am, at this ripe old age, and I don't talk about my age, but, I make enough pop culture references, y'all pretty much know. But the point is that here I am at this point in my life, and I'm pretty much like fuck New York at this point. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of what New York is doing. As far as pretty much casting out or forsaking anyone who has not gotten the jab. In NYC, they're saying that you will not have access to any indoor event, no restaurants, pretty much anything you would want to do. New York is a huge place. It's an exciting place. It's got so many things that you can do and get into. It's always been a wonderful place. For me, no matter where I roam, I always feel the call to go back. To New York, where I'm from, and left because it's also very expensive to live there. You know what I mean? If you want to build yourself a life, you can't fucking stay in New York. You know what I mean? So when I moved out of there, it was a good move. It really was. I mean, I can always go back. I got tons of family there and everything. But this latest news, guys, the whole, you can be denied access to all of these things unless you show a vaccine passport. The same vaccine passport that so many people said was never, ever going to happen. But now those same people are basically cheering this on. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder if you people who are cheering this on understand that this shit is not going to go away. This level of control is not going to go away. And as far as your jab is concerned, some of you are acting like it's just one and done. You realize you're going to have to get this over and over and over again. And unlike the flu vaccine, which so many people like to point to, you're going to need this to have access to pretty much everything. You know what I mean? You can compare this to the flu vaccine if you want to. There's never been a time where if you didn't get the flu vaccine, you couldn't go where the fuck you want to go. You know what I mean? But that's what we're dealing with now. So please stop telling yourself that it's no different than the flu. It's no different than polio and the measles. No, get the fuck out of here. It's totally different because this hands the control, all of the control, over to other people. So I understand that it's been discussed whether or not they can do interstate restrictions as well, where if you haven't had the jab, you can't go from state to state in your own country without showing some type of papers or passport or whatever. Now, my thing is, since the world is getting smaller and smaller because of this, now they would say state to state. What's to stop them from saying county to county, block to block, house to house? You know what I mean? Like, honestly, and once again, there are people out there saying, oh, that couldn't happen. Every step of the way, you've been saying this can't happen. And then when it does happen, you say, well, I guess I can see where they're going because of those damn unvaccinated. They're doing it to themselves. So that's how we are now. We're a country, a world of vaxists. All right, talk about racist. I told you before, you can be a sexist, you can be a racist. Today, in 2021, vaxism is the problem. Vaxism. Because people are not thinking with common sense. They're not understanding that this whole surge, like, without even being a professional, so you don't need to get in the comment section talking about I'm not a fucking professional. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I don't think I am. But common sense. If all of these people, right, that got the jab have free access to everything, right? Then, and you know that they're already admitting now that you can pass this on. You are still shedding this disease. Well then, why do you think there's an uptick in the kids who have been previously unvaccinated? Why do you think they're the ones with the cases that are shooting through the roof? Why do you think these variants are coming up when you know the way that viruses work? All right, if you block them from something, then they're going to go to something else. They're going to become something else. Survival of the fittest is not just something that happens with adults and human beings. It's also the very essence of life, whether that life is a human life or it's the life of a virus. You know, I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm sure there's plenty of people who will come in the comment section and tell me I'm wrong, and I'll listen to all of that. But I'm just saying, once you lock all of these people down, once you restrict all of those people, and you continue to get your updated boosters and all that stuff, because like I said, the jab is not one and done. This is your life now. You will have to update those passports. You'll have to update those papers because, you know, you get yourself the shot a few months later or whatever, you might need a booster. You know, they're already saying part of the reason why we have this uptick in cases is because the people who initially got it, those antibodies are wearing off. You know, so use your brains. This is our new life right now. Show your papers wherever you want to go. That has nothing to do with the unvaccinated. You would be surprised to find yourself as classified as unvaccinated when that passport says that your jab has expired. All of a sudden, you go get your updated jab. You know, otherwise you're not going to that concert. You're not going on that vacation. And you're thinking, no problem, I'll just go get the shot. Okay, go get the shot. But I'm just saying that's what your new reality will be. But for those of us, the millions of us, and this is times like maybe 10 times as many people who have died from this terrible disease, have recovered and have produced natural immunity. All right, now everybody's got an answer for this because they want to keep selling these damn shots. But natural immunity is the best immunity. Look at the studies, all right? Not from the people who stand to gain and, you know, financially from this, but just look at some of the studies that's out there. Think about it. If I had it, and I did, obviously I fought it and I recovered. Oh, there are some people who have long, okay, all right. You know, I'm no doctor. Once again, I'm not in a position to argue with you about that. All right. But the fact of the matter is there are millions upon millions upon millions of people who have recovered from this. Okay. Oh, let me plug in this thing. Hold on. Battery's going low, guys. Hold on. Let me make sure I don't lose you. Okay. So where was I? Oh, yes. Like I said before, there are millions of people who recovered who have developed natural immunity to this thing, you know. And some people say that the natural immunity lasts for a very, very long time. So not bringing this up and not validating that part of the conversation just tells me there's something wrong with all of this anyway, to the point where you would deny someone access into the city where they were born and raised. Well, if that's the way it's going to be, because I'm not going to get it, because I had it and my body fought it off. I heard somebody say before that, the virus breaks down your immunity. You know, it kills your immunity. If that were true, all these people wouldn't have survived, bro. We wouldn't have recovered. You know, do people even think about what they say? So there are valid reasons not to get this jab. I have quite a few of them. I'm not going to get it. And fuck New York. You know, with all the family that I have there, if I'm still able to get into the state, you know, to visit them, that's what I'll do. I won't be going to any eateries, won't be going to any events, you know, no concerts, no anything. And if that's the way it's just going to be in this so-called United States, this free country of ours, then there it is. But we really have to consider the world that we're leaving our children. You know, most of us have lived the majority of our lives not having to do this. That is real freedom. But what we have now, where voices are being silenced and information is being destroyed and the things that we normally would do are being denied to us, this isn't America anymore. You know, by the time they get through with all of this, it won't be. But we continue to cheer for it, and we continue to blame these other people because we've been turned into a country of vaxists in vaxism. And our so-called leaders, they're pushing this for a disease that is so overwhelmingly survivable and recoverable. But we're not seeing that because we're not a nation under God anymore. We're a nation under fear. But anyway, those are my thoughts for the moment. And you guys can get in the comment section and let me know how you feel about all of this. You come in here insulting me personally, then I'll fucking deal with you. But for the rest of you who know how to disagree respectfully, have at it. And thank you guys. You can like, you can share, you can subscribe. Thank you for listening once again, and I'll catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on, and fuck New York.